But every suit that was ever made in our workshop was drafted out on cloth. No patterns at all.
And it was drafted from the measurement, is it?
Drafted from the measurements. You took down, we had what they call a long trouser shape. You drew a line down. As you can see now, this is my workshop now. It's a miniature workshop now. By nature of the trade and the ready-made clothes that's in today, people have no respect for suits now. They go in now and they buy a suit, €100, and they don't mind if they lay the jacket behind them and go home without it. Right? Whereas in our day, you minded your suit, you came home, you hung it up on a hanger, and you didn't need to press it before you go to the dance for the next night. You kept it, but they were good quality suits. But every suit, you had a Sunday suit, and that was always minded. There was, when I get back to I'm going to get back to the drafting. There was 3 phases. A man came in, and he took down the pattern book.
This is how to make a suit.
A man comes in and he wants a suit. So this is a pattern book, right?
Yeah.
Now, so what kind of a suit does he want? So he's looking for a navy suit. Give me that. A navy blue suit, right? Well, we'll see now how we, right, I haven't got all the pattern book there, but anyway, we'll work on this now. So, you go through it, the pattern book, there's a nice navy cloth. Now I have to sell this man this suit.
And how do you do that?
Well, he'll take it, and he'll feel it, and he'll hold it up to the light, and he'll say, "Now, Seamus, is that a good suit?" I'd say, "That's a good suit." "Well, how much is it?" At that time, suits were probably about £30.
What year did that be about?
64.
64, yeah.
So you'd have to get a deposit. Because you wouldn't have money. You had to get a deposit. Then you took down the measuring book. My father would measure them, and I'd write in the figures, and that was it. So I'd send away for the cloth. I'd look at the calendar, and I'd give him a date for to come in for a fit on. So you're averaging you're talking about, he won't have the suit for 3 weeks. But by the time I get the cloth in, and get all my bits and pieces ready, you see, people seem to think it's just a bit of cloth. But in actual fact, I'll move it down here. In a suit, the ingredients in a suit is what they call Sido. This is Sido. Lap hair, sleeve lining, body lining, and right behind here, I'm going to turn you in here now. There's all the buttons.
Okay. Pants.
Yeah, all different buttons.
And different colours now, is it?
That's the needles now with that one. This one out here now. You see all the buttons here.
All the buttons, okay. Yes.
Right? All them drawers are full of buttons.
And then your buttons, they're all buttons, they're all kind of buttons, they're a mix or...
No, they're all identified. Blazer buttons, you name it, they're there. All my different colours of threads.
Yeah.
The most you'd use, it would be black.
Yeah. That's the big spool.
And then you have what they call basting thread, tacking thread. You do that, And I did my thimble, and there was ways of doing it. And I put on my glasses again now. And I'll put a knot on the very end of that thread. There's the knot on the very end of the thread.
Yeah.
And to prove it to you, I'll go in there and I'll come out here.
Okay, yeah.
All right?
That's right, yeah. And that's the start, is it?
That's the start. Now, we're getting back to the suit. I ordered the suit, and in about 3 days, the suit ended to arrive in.
And who would you buy it off? The material?
There was 2 companies in Dublin, Ellison's on Parliament Street and Eugene Long on Great Strand Street. And the suit had to come in. We bought the train. Ellison's used to supply the trimmings. We'd have rolls of all different trimmings. And the amount of ingredients that went into a suit, nobody knows. Now it's all fused in. That time, everything had to be tacked in. You'd see a suit up on the wall and all the tacks on it. Everything was put in place. And when the suit was cut, it was cut on the double because there was 2 sides. And when you do up the suit, you put it on the man when you joined it all up, and when you put him in front of the mirror, if there was any discrepancy that he was dropping in the left shoulder, you'd mark the alteration and you might put in an extra pad, or you might have to. If a man was a carpenter, I'd know by his measure. If he was a blacksmith, I'd know by his measure. If he was a carpenter, he built a muscle up here from planing.
Yeah.
If he was a blacksmith, he built it here, banging iron. If he was in front of me in mass, I'd tell him whether he's left-handed or right-handed. Getting back to the suit length. I have to get the suit ready for a fitting, and I'd write him out a note to call in such a day. Come in, fit him on, put the suit on, mark the alterations, right? So this is Friday or Saturday. So your suit will be finished next Saturday, the following Saturday. The suit was taken down, taken apart again, all the alterations marked out on it, and done then. And the lining and all the trimmings were all put into it. And then we had what they call the press board. See, what people don't know, what people don't realise, that this is that this trade is near to a profession as any medical or anything else. That's the soft board. You put your, we'll leave that to one side for a minute. If I was to press up something, you put it up like that on the top board. You got what they call a damp rag, damp cloth. You have the irons warmed, and then you press it like that. And when you press it and steamed it, you took down that, and you use the batter. Why do you use the batter? That retains the steam and the crease in it. And you move on, and you move on to the next bit, and whatever we moved along, and you've done the garment that way. As you can see now, that's a more modern garment. I have a jacket here now. For instance, now I'll show you this jacket, and I'll turn this over this way. I want to get this right on this. Now do you see? See how I can get the line of that?
Yep.
And I steam it.
Bang on.
And I steam it. Press it. Get it like that. And then I do that. And that holds it. And I take it up with hand. And I look at it. And it's in your hand. You can feel it.
Mm-hmm. And that block of timber there, how old is that? When did you buy that?
That block of timber is older than my father is if he was multiplied by 2.
That's an old piece of timber.
Just listen to the weight of it.
Oh.
That's how heavy it is. Now that's one bit now I was showing you. Why don't I just show you something else now? You see the trimmings, the linings and all
They're
that.
the trimming. That's called the lining. They're called
The linings. That's the linings, and you had inside pockets, outside pockets. And when you be taking the man's measure down, you be taking his particulars. You had all his measure taken. So while he'd say 2 side pockets, 2 hip pockets, a watch pocket. At that time, they all wore a watch pocket. And then you have 2 inside breast pockets. And then you'd have a man that would want a secret pocket. No one would know where that pocket would be. Only the tailor and himself. It might be in here, or it might be in at the back, or it might be anywhere.
There could be anywhere.
It could be anywhere.
Could be anywhere.
I could put it anywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere. I might have to put in a zip on it. Right. But
They were extras, were they?
no. You didn't get paid for extra. you were lucky to get paid at all. This is what they call the hairboard. The hairboard is, again, I'll show you the idea of the hairboard, and I'm going to go back again, and I'm going to show you. I have to put a nice soft crease on that sleeve. So I'm doing the same thing again here. And I'm doing that. And I'm steaming it like so. And I iron it like that, and then I do that. I never cover over the crease. You leave a bit there of the soft to keep it soft.
Mm-hmm.
And you hold it like that.
For long?
You think. It's in your mind, you know.
Mm.
Get out, have a look at it. That's right.
You're happy with that one?
That's it. Now, the sad thing about it is that it's a dying trade.
Oh, it is. It is.
But I wouldn't swap my trade now. I go back and I do it all again. Stitch for stitch. My father was a hard master. No room for error. No room for error at all.
And what gave you the satisfaction of? What did you like about it?
I loved the finished garment on the man, and he'd put it on him, and he'd look, and he'd say, I'd one particular customer. He'd say, you're the only man that can put a collar on a coat the way I like it. Because he'd have a half inch of the white shirt right around the collar. He said, that's what I like, and you always do that for me.